Every day, there's a storm raging in the world of money, a storm most people barely notice because they're too busy running on autopilot, chasing quick wins, falling for easy promises that leave them trapped in the same endless loops of frustration and risk. But billionaires? They don't play that game. They see the cracks in the system, the hidden traps that swallow the many to feed just a few. They feel the pressure, the burn of uncertainty, the desperate need to protect what they've built. And so, they're not pulling away from hedge funds. They're throwing everything they have into doubling down. Why? Because hedge funds are not just investment vehicles. They are the frontline fortress where the future is being reshaped, the quiet war zone where the rules don't apply in the usual way, and the place where real power gets made. Think about it. In a world spinning faster every second, where volatility is the new normal and markets react like wild animals hooked on chaos, hedge funds carve out order. Not just order, but control. They thrive in uncertainty. They make money when others lose it. They harness complexity like a predator knowing exactly when to strike. And billionaires? They're watching this closely, feeling the heat, because they know that the old safe bets are illusions, broken promises sold by an arrogant system built on complacency and outdated rules. The problems you face every day, market crashes, inflation disguised as normal, unstable economies, political games, these aren't just inconveniences. They are existential threats to wealth, to legacy, to freedom. Hedge funds, however, are crafted to fight in those trenches, built for a battlefield most don't even see. But there's more. This isn't only about playing defense. The billionaires doubling down on hedge funds are doing something far riskier, far bolder. They're leveraging a secret weapon, the power to change the game itself. Hedge funds gather the best minds, those who refuse to accept reality as it is, who question every truth they're fed, who dissect market insanity and find the patterns hidden beneath the noise. These are not your everyday investors. These are the outliers, the disruptors, the ones who burn like they're made to invent what's next, not follow what was. What makes hedge funds magnetic for these titans is their flexibility, their ability to move like shadows through regulations and market blind spots, hunting for opportunities invisible to most. They can short what's broken, buy what's about to blow up, and weave complex strategies that don't fit the neat boxes Wall Street tries to shove into everyone else's portfolio. It's no accident that billionaires flood that arena, because it's where judgment, instinct, and cold analytics merge into an art form. They're not just looking for money, they want leverage over the future, a seat at the table where global shifts are decided before the headlines even appear. Now, let's get real. You, right now, might feel stuck. Maybe your investments feel like ticking bombs. Maybe the safe bets in your portfolio have betrayed you, leaving you exposed to forces you can't control. Maybe you're watching markets bounce wildly, feeling powerless as your gains disappear overnight. Or worse, it's the fear that eats at you, the fear that everything you built, everything you worked for, can vanish while the system keeps spinning unless you find a way to take their power and flip it around. That pain, that gnawing anxiety, is real, and it's shared by those at the top who refuse to settle for mere survival. So what can you do? Because walking away or hiding isn't an option when everyone around you is doubling down. The play here is not to imitate, it's to evolve. The truth about hedge funds is that they thrive not just because of capital, but because of connections. Connections to intelligence, to strategies, to resources that most never hear about, because they exist beyond the reach of everyday players. The billionaires investing harder are building not just portfolios, but alliances, networks of brilliance that allow unprecedented moves. They are activating this interconnected power to redefine how investment flows, how risks get managed, even how value is created. If the big picture feels fractured and unfair, hedge funds represent the sharp end of a response where those who dare aren't just survivors, they become architects of new realities. And here's what's crucial. The hedge fund universe isn't about following rules. It's about rewriting them. The elite investors behind these moves live by a code few understand or accept. They question everything, refuse comfort, reject the scripted wisdom sold to the masses. To tap into what drives their success, To join that network of exceptional thinkers and doers, you have to be ruthless about freedom. Freedom from old mindsets, from limiting beliefs, from systems designed to keep you docile and dependent. It's about cultivating sovereignty over your own decisions, patience for the long haul, and an unbreakable hunger to transform not only your portfolio, but your entire approach to reality. Why does this matter to you? Because the world's illusion of freedom, markets controlled by manipulated info, economies propped up by short-term fixes, is cracking wide open. Every conventional strategy is on borrowed time. Every easy win is an illusion fading faster than ever. Billionaires are doubling down on hedge funds because they know the future rewards go to those willing to live with complexity, who can find harmony in contradiction, who count on networks of radical alignment, people who see the game fully, who don't accept the scripted narratives, who push beyond borders, labels, and conventional wisdom. If you're watching this, you can either remain a spectator to this shift or decide now to harness it. Here's the raw truth. Most investors fear hedge funds because they seem like a fortress guarded by secrecy and complexity. But the real secret is that hedge funds represent a mindset, an approach to money and markets that is edge-driven, not center-controlled. It's about being the rare spark in a world smothered by noise. It's about finding your tribe of sharp minds who challenge, disrupt, and elevate. When billionaires double down on hedge funds, they're betting on this power to transcend old limitations, to make money that others can't, to protect capital when everything else is shaking, and to create an unstoppable network of influence. And that network is exactly what the world desperately needs: a way out of lies, mediocrity, and stagnation. A place where exceptional individuals don't just exist, but connect, collaborate, and change everything. This is why hedge funds aren't just vehicles for wealth. They are a movement toward liberation from systems designed to keep everyone boxed in. The billionaires doubling down know the future belongs to those who don't just survive chaos, but sculpt it. To those who turn isolation into synergy. To those who don't settle for what is, but forge what will be. If the current system feels rigged, if your investments feel like slivers of hope in a dark sea, then take this as a wake-up call. Stop playing by old rules. Stop chasing fleeting comforts disguised as security. The path forward is in embracing the complex, owning your decisions with iron will, and stepping into networks that multiply your power exponentially. Hedge funds are where this happens, the hidden engines of transformation, where commitment to freedom, to relentless questioning, and to long-term vision shapes the leaders, the builders, the untouchables. The moment for action isn't tomorrow. It's now. Watch how billionaires move. Their doubling down is a call, a beacon for anyone tired of playing small. This is a call to shed old limitations and plug into unprecedented power. Don't be afraid of the complexity. Don't be misled by noise. Look deeper. Hedge funds are telling a story of survival, not by chance, but by design. Those who decode that will not only protect their wealth, but redefine their destiny. So here's the real game. It's not about money alone. It's about freedom, power, and the courage to craft reality on your terms. Hedge funds hold the blueprint for that future. Billionaires doubling down are showing us what's possible when vision meets bold strategy, when connection meets uncompromising will. Now the question isn't why they do it anymore. The question is, are you ready to step up, break the mold, and claim your place among the few who will build what comes next? Because this moment is not for the comfortable or the compliant. It's for those ready to burn their past to rise, those who dare to become more, those who refuse to live a borrowed life. This is where the real power lies. Embrace it.